Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video will be my birth story and a little bit around it from the beginning and the ending. So let's go. The story might get a little messy because it's over 10 months ago, so I might not remember everything really well, but I will try my best to see if I can remember everything and how it went from the beginning to the end. So let's start at the beginning. So around 4 weeks before it all started, I started getting a cough. I didn't know what it came from, and I didn't have any symptoms of a cold or any sickness. I did have a stuffy nose, but I had it at almost from the beginning of my pregnancy, so I was fine with that and knew it wasn't going away. But I didn't know what the cough was coming from, and it was a really weird cough I've never had before. And it was really annoying, and I even had it like more than a month before it started. I went on a vacation with my family to Las Vegas and Disney, and I already had it there, but I didn't really know what it was. And every time when I went to a checkup, I asked them what they thought it was, and they didn't really know what it was because I didn't have any symptoms of a cold or other sickness, so they didn't really know what it was. There's a fly in front of me outside. Before all this crazy stuff happened, a week before that, we went to a different doctor because we had to go there for our insurance. They wanted to do a checkup every year to see if you're healthy and you don't have to pay more. So we did that, and my urine results came back different than normal at the maternity place. So she was gonna check it out and call me the next day or next 2 days. So I didn't think much of it. I thought it was just a UTI, and so I'm like, nothing much. Maybe I have to take some medication, but that's fine. So I got a call in the next 2 days, one day, I don't remember, but I wasn't able to pick it up, and then I tried to call them back and they didn't pick up. So I was like, nah, I have to go in a week or a few days back to the maternity place, so they will see if there's something wrong with my urine. So I didn't think much of it and let it just go. And I still had the cough at that time. Then a week later, at 32 weeks, I had the checkup, normal checkup, but it was our 1 year anniversary, and we thought we were just gonna do the checkup. It's only gonna be like 30 minutes, so we will have fun after. But it did not go like that at all. I did the normal stuff. I just checked in, did the urine test like you always have to do, and then had to wait back in the waiting room. Then they called my name and I went in, and they took my blood pressure first, and it was high. I don't remember how much it was, but she said it was high. And then I was like, I don't know why, because it's been always really good. Nothing wrong with my blood pressure, nothing wrong in my whole pregnancy, so don't know. And then she also said that they found a lot of protein in my urine, so that was the thing that the other doctor found, I guess, and that's not good. So the blood pressure was really high. I had too much protein in my urine, and so they wanted to do some more tests. On our 1 year anniversary, we were going to have fun. Nope. It was just a normal nurse that did all those tests, and then she called in the midwife. I was with the midwife and not with the real doctors, or I don't know what you call those. And she said that I needed to stay for more tests and checkups. And I was like, oh my god, no, it's our 1 year anniversary. This is not gonna happen today. Don't schedule your appointments at special dates, please. Because it can happen anytime, so to anyone. So yes. So they admitted me to the other place of the building, that was the hospital, to do some tests. They didn't say yet that I had to stay there for don't know how long. They did all those tests. I had to pee. I had to wait. They had a monitor on my stomach for the baby to see how he was doing, and he was doing great all the time until he came out. He was doing great. He didn't want to come out. Then test results came back and they were talking about preeclampsia, and I had no idea what that was, but they said it's not good. So I had to stay in the hospital. So they brought me to a room and I was able to stay there. And I was like, oh, our day is ruined. Because I didn't know it was for longer. I thought it was maybe just 1-2 days. But no, it was not. I had to stay, and they did more tests, and they tried to get my blood pressure down with some medication, and it went down, and I had to stay for 2 days, and then I was able to go home with some medication. I think it was only just like 3 pills per day, and they said to us to get a blood pressure measure thing so we could do it at home, and we did that. So I did it, I think not every hour but a couple of hours. I took my blood pressure and it was okay and okay and okay, and then at night it went back up, and I think I was less than 24 hours at home, and then I had to go back. They admitted me back in the hospital. Don't know when it really was. I think it was October 15th when I was admitted first. 17 when I came home. I think 18, 19 when I had to go back. But I all started over again. They did tests and all these things. They had to pee a lot and things so they could measure it and how much protein was still in there. I got an IV. I was on the monitor, the baby monitor, a long time, very long time, but he was still doing great. Didn't want to come out, still not. So it kept on going for days and days and days, and then can't remember. Sorry if I cannot remember a lot of things, but on the day my blood pressure was not going down with medication, so they had to give me a stronger medication. They put me on magnesium. I don't really know what it is, but it keeps you from getting seizures and other things. So that's what they put me on. It goes through IV. I have a scar from an IV. Yeah, I can still see it every day. Keeps me reminding me of how great it was in the hospital. So I was on magnesium, and when you're on magnesium you have to get a catheter. I don't know, I have to look it up, sorry. A catheter, I don't know, I think you know what I mean. They had to put that in, and I was not allowed to walk. I was not allowed to eat a lot, or I was only allowed to drink a couple sips per hour and a few bites or 1 bite, it depends on the nurse, bites of jello. So it was great. They were gonna say you will feel sick, like you have a fever, and that you not want to eat and you maybe get nauseous. And I was like, I'm so hungry, I want to eat, I want to drink, and I was not allowed. And they were like, no, just a couple sips, just a couple of bites of jello, and I was not happy with that. And also the room was like a freezer. I didn't feel it at all. For me it was still hot, and every nurse or every person that came was like, should I put the temperature a little higher, it's a little cold in here. I was like, nope, it's not cold in here, what are you talking about? But yeah, that's what magnesium does to you. And you stay on it for 24 hours, and it's not great at all. After the 24 hours, I was able to come off the magnesium, and my blood pressure was doing well, and I was able to eat again, and I was able to walk again and pee alone and not with that stupid thing in you. That was really good. and I felt much better. It was not hot anymore. A couple of days more went by and my blood pressure was okay, but sometimes it was too high and I had to stay in the hospital still because they wanted to try to keep me until 36 weeks. I was almost 33 weeks then, but then it kept changing to 34 weeks, and then it was October 22nd and my vision was starting to get weird. It was like I didn't see really good. It was like blurry and I was trying to read things, but I couldn't do it, and that's a symptom of preeclampsia. Also that day I got pains here in my shoulder and a little lower, and they said, oh, maybe it's some gas or air, and I was like, why is it in my shoulder or lower? But okay, they're nurses, I think I have to trust them. And after I found out I had water in my lung, I think only in my left lung, but always trust yourself and trust your body, okay? You know, if you know there's something wrong, there's probably something wrong, so. But that's fine. Then when my vision was getting worse, they tried to induce me to give me this pill so they could start the contractions. Then it got worse and they saw that I had water in my lung on the x-ray that they did. Then they said it's best if he comes out now. So I had an emergency C-section. I was okay and fine with that. I was like, how am I gonna push him out? Oh yeah, I was on magnesium again, so that's why I was thinking, how am I gonna push him out while I'm on magnesium, while you feel very sick, very hot? Like, that's not gonna happen. So I was okay with an emergency C-section, and it happened pretty quick. It was all getting done. You have to write things and put your signature on things. I don't even know what I did it. I don't think I even read it, because when you're on magnesium you're kind of a little high. I don't know how to explain the feeling. Josh had to put on this suit so he could come with me, and we went into the room. He had to wait. I went into the room on the bed. Then they gave me the epidural. I was pretty scared for that because I thought it was gonna hurt like, but then they did. I was like, I didn't feel anything. It felt like a mosquito bite for me, so that was great. We'll do that again. And I had to lay like this with my arms spread so I couldn't move from the blue blanket. They started, and you can feel some pressure. It's really weird. I felt that they did something with my ribs, and I was like, ooh. And I felt nauseous. There was a nurse behind me, and he said, if you feel anything or anything feels wrong, just say it to me. So I said I feel nauseous, and he gave me medication, and it was gone in like 3 seconds. Thank you. And then they said, or I heard, I don't know, Josh said it, that he was out, but he wasn't crying instantly. So I was scared, and I don't know what Josh did. I don't know, it just goes like. Then he finally cried, and they were showing him over the blue blanket, but they didn't put it high enough. I didn't see him, so that was not so fun. They brought him into the NICU right away because there was things wrong with him, because it was 33 weeks and 1 day. Yeah, I didn't see him until the next day, only on pictures, but it doesn't feel real. Like doesn't feel like my baby that came out of me, because I haven't seen him in real life. But Josh said that a lot of things were okay. He had a CPAP, that's a thing on his nose. I will show a picture of it. he had that to breathe, and he had other stuff. He had an IV in him. He had like stickers to do his blood pressure, heart rate, all those things on him. It looked scary for a tiny baby. He was 4 pounds 7 ounces, so really small. So yeah, he was born pretty quickly. It went really fast, and it was all really good. They really helped me and talked me through it, so that was really good. So I didn't see him until the next day. Like I said, I was still on magnesium, so wasn't able to eat or drink a lot. Well, not. And that pee thing was also in me, so I couldn't walk. Well, you don't really want to walk when you have a C-section scar. But oh my, that's the worst pain that I've ever felt. Like getting up from the hospital bed with a C-section scar thing that's open. Well, it's not really open, but no, that's not fun at all. So yes, there was so much pain, but it healed pretty quickly. I'm pretty good. You can barely see it, so that's the good thing of a C-section. I was still on magnesium when I went in. When they brought me into the NICU, I was in a bed. I had oxygen in still because of my lung. I couldn't breathe really good on my own. So I had oxygen, I was still magnesium, and my face was so swollen. Also from the preeclampsia, I was really swollen. My feet were really swollen, my face was really swollen. It doesn't look like me. I can show pictures of that. It doesn't look like me at all. I'm pretty skinny. My face also is pretty skinny, so it looked pretty funny to me now, but it wasn't funny at all. And then I saw him in the NICU. He was really small and really red, and he had a lot of hair, so that was really cute. He had the CPAP still on, that nose thing on him, but they took it off, and he was able to breathe on his own when I was holding him, so that was really good. I held him for a while. I think Josh had to go back to work, so I just said, just bring me back to my room. I was a little scared to be alone with Eli in the NICU because it looks pretty scary when it's your baby that's just born and is that small with all those wires. It's pretty scary to be alone there. That's what I thought. Maybe other moms or parents don't feel like that, but I was pretty scared, and I was pretty traumatized, I think, from everything that happened. So I thought, just bring me back to the room. So yeah, that was my story, and Eli had to stay in the NICU for 7 more weeks and even transferred to a different hospital, so he didn't come home until 7 weeks later, and I had to go to the NICU every day well, we tried to go every day. It wasn't always possible. That was my birth story. I hope you liked it, or I don't know if I can say that if you liked it, but it was interesting and maybe you learned something from it. Give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye.